Hello dear children, welcome back to my channel. We discussed some topics of Geography Chapter 2, the interior of the earth in the previous video part 2. Today I am here again to discuss the next segment of the same chapter in part 3. So let's overview the topics again. Children, in video part 1, we discussed about point number 1 and point number 2. In video part 2, we discussed about point number 3 and point number 4. Today, we will discuss about point number 5, types of rocks. Children, in video part 2, we have already discussed about what are rocks. So now we will discuss about different types of rocks. There are three types of rocks. Number 1, igneous rocks. Number 2, sedimentary rocks. And number 3, metamorphic rocks. See this flowchart of different types of rocks shown with the help of pictures. First of all, let's discuss about first type of rocks, that is igneous rocks. The hot lava that flows out during volcanic eruptions, it cools down and becomes solid over a period of time and forms igneous rocks. The word igneous is taken from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Igneous rocks are also called primary rocks. Now we will discuss about igneous rocks in detail. Children, there are two types of igneous rocks. Number 1, extrusive rocks. Number 2, intrusive rocks. Number 1, extrusive igneous rocks. Children, can you imagine lava coming out from the volcanoes? See the picture carefully. Lava is actually fiery red molten magma. Fiery means like fire. Lava comes out from the interior of the earth on its surface. When molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. Structure means banawat. Grained means maheen danedar. Basalt is an example of extrusive rock. The Deccan Plateau in India is made up of basaltic rocks. Take a look at the picture and map of India. Type number 2, intrusive igneous rocks. Children, sometimes magma or molten rock gets trapped in veins deep inside the earth. Veins means fractures in rocks or darare. Trapped means andar hi reh jana. Magma cools down there in veins over a long period of time and forms rocks. These primary rocks are called intrusive igneous rocks. Since they cool down slowly, they have large grained structures. Granite is an example of intrusive igneous rocks. Grinding stones are used to prepare paste or powder of spices and grains. Spices means masale, grains means anaj. These grinding stones are made of granite. Children, you can visit any flour mill, means atta chakki, and can see the grinding stone made of granite. Now, second type of rocks are sedimentary rocks. Rocks roll down. Roll down means come down from higher places to lower places. Then they crack and hit each other. While hitting each other, they break down into small fragments. Fragments means small pieces or particles. These smaller particles are called sediments. Over a period of several thousand years, these sediments are carried and transported by agents of gradation. Agents of gradation means like water, ice, wind, and sea, etc. This process of transportation of sediments is called erosion. Then these sediments means pieces of rocks are deposited in layers over the earth. Deposited means jama ho jana. This process is known as deposition. Children, these deposited sediments have many materials like number 1 rock materials, number 2 microorganisms. Micro means very small, organisms means bacteria which we cannot see with our naked eyes or without microscope. Then fossils of plants, animal remains that once lived on the earth. Children, fossils means the remains or pieces of the dead plants and dead animals trapped in the layers of the rocks are called fossils. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks. Compressed means they are pressed. As the deposition of sediments or rock particles builds up, the pressure exerted by the upper layers squeezes the sediments into layered rocks. These rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Thus, we see that sedimentary rocks are formed by hardening and by cementing of layers of sediments. Children, take a look at the picture carefully to understand the formation of sedimentary rocks. Some examples of sedimentary rocks are shale. Sandstone is made from grains of sand. Number 3, conglomerate. Important features of sedimentary rocks are number 1, the sediments do not undergo any chemical change. Number 2, generally sedimentary rocks are formed in river beds, lake beds and ocean beds. Beds means talhati. The organic matter trapped between the sedimentary layers gets converted to fossil fuels like petroleum and natural gas. Sedimentary rocks consist of clearly demarcated layers, as you can see the layers clearly in the picture. Now, third type of rocks are metamorphic rocks. Children, interior part of the earth is very hot and has a high temperature. Under intense heat, intense means great heat and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks metamorphose. Metamorphose means change completely into new kinds of rocks. Such rocks are called metamorphic rocks. The word metamorphic is taken from the Greek word meta, which means change, morph, which means form. Here, the parent rock means igneous rocks undergoes a chemical change. Metamorphic rocks may be further changed if they are exposed to high heat and high pressure for even longer periods of time. Some examples of metamorphic rocks are number 1, gneiss, number 2, quartzite. Other examples of metamorphic changes include the changing of clay into slate, limestone into marble, coal into diamonds. Children, so that's all for today. I hope you must have understood the topic types of rocks discussed in this video part 3. See you in the next video part 4 with the next topics rock cycle and uses of rocks and minerals. Till then, goodbye. Like, love and live assist.